Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'd really love that. If you're returning, how you doing? What we're going to be talking about right now is what happened in Lebanon with the pagers. I don't know if you guys heard about this, but I was like, you know what? I'm sorry. But allegedly, and I say allegedly because I'm not over in Lebanon, I don't know these people. I don't care to know the Hezbollah. You know what I'm saying? I don't roll with the bad guys. Anyway, 9 of them are not of this world anymore, but there are 3,000 people that are injured, okay? After Hezbollah's new pagers simultaneously just went across Lebanon. I do have some footage, and you're going to see them popping up over here, over there, everywhere. Now, these pagers are the ones that they used for communication. And the incident confirmed, is being called the biggest security breach that the Iran-backed Hezbollah network has faced since its ongoing war with Israel began on October 7th. So the explosion started occurring 3:45 local time. Panic started to spread as Hezbollah controlled areas in southern Beirut and other parts of the country were hit with explosions that lasted for like over an hour. So the devices were the latest models. People haven't used pagers since like the mid-90s. So for these to be the latest models, I didn't know Motorola still made pagers, but I'll go on. So they were being used by Hezbollah and were thought to be critical in their communications amidst their war efforts against Israel. So despite Hezbollah's close ties with Iran, which has been instrumental in supplying the group with their cash, the CACHE, the weapons and the communications technology, because they're so up to par with their communications technology, this incident marks a significant embarrassment for their operations. Well, maybe they should move to cell phones this time. Really get up to. Here's my cell phone, my 7-year-old cell phone that I paid $100 for because that's how I roll. I don't deal with Apple. I just don't see the point in paying $1,500 for a cell phone when a $100 cell phone works just fine for me. Anywho's it's so Hezbollah's use of technology, or lack thereof, I should say, likely provided through Iranian channels, appears to have backfired in the most dramatic way possible. I mean, can you imagine going to McDonald's and just sit there and what was that? So even the Iranian ambassador to Lebanon, don't ask me to pronounce his name because I won't, but his last name is Imani. So he was reportedly injured in one of the blasts too, and that's according to Iranian media. But all signs indicate a remarkable operation that was organized by Israel's Mossad. But it was not immediately clear how these devices were detonated. Because it's not like those are something that you can hook up to like a remote control. You can't send out a mass text. You know what I'm saying? How do pagers work? I don't even remember. Anyway, so Lebanon's Crises Operations Center, which is run by the health ministry, asked all of their medical workers, like their doctors, their nurses, you know, to head to their respective hospitals to help cope with the massive numbers of wounded that were coming in for urgent care. And it said that the healthcare workers could not use their pagers. So this is apparently something that they use as well. I didn't know this. Because like the doctors and nurses in the hospitals here, they all have cell phones that they use. They don't use pagers, you know? So the Lebanese Red Cross, they said that more than 50 ambulances and 300 medical staff were dispatched to help in the evacuation of the victims. I feel bad for the innocents. I hope to God no kids were hurt, because those are the innocents. They don't deserve this. But anyway, so Hezbollah, they did not explicitly blame Israel for the operation, but acknowledged the tragic loss. But in all honesty, you can't point fingers here. Is it blatantly obvious? Do they have other enemies? For sure. So they can't sit there and say, you did it, you did it. You know, that you can't do that, because what if it wasn't them? You know, so I mean, it could be anybody. It could be, because I'm sure Hezbollah, just like ISIS, just like, you know, any of the other idiots that run around over there, they all have more than one enemy. So nobody can point fingers yet, unless they have the technology to trace, but I highly doubt it, since they're still using Motorola pagers. Or do they use Nextel? Is that a thing still? I don't think so. Remember that? Beep, beep. Anyway, so, all right, guys, I'm out of here. I will see you in the next one, okay? You stay safe, you stay positive, you keep prepping, and as always, fear less, and don't use pagers if they still exist in the country. Fear less. Ciao.